Well, how about it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms, and welcome back to another video. Nice, beautiful spring-like day again. Unfortunately, it's going to be a frost tonight, and we've got some stuff to prepare. My dad's got a couple peach trees and stuff like that we need to get right before the frost hits. I was coming up here to move these steers and to feed the pigs. We've got a little bit of a problem. So up here at the pig pen, you can see that pig is not where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be in here. So I can pretty much tell where he got out. I don't know if you can see, but that fence is kind of folded up right there. And I took down our poly wire around the pig pen so I could use it for the steers since we've been moving them every day. But apparently this pig pen needs it a little bit more. So I guess let me get a game plan together and see if we can get this guy back in over there. But pretty much what we have to do is we're gonna have to walk him all the way around, and I've got a little gate right there, and see if we can get him back in here to the main pasture. And yeah, this ought to be fun. That's the main highway right there. I've had this happen before, it worked before. We're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to get some hot wire on there this afternoon. I was hoping it's gonna be a nice, easy afternoon, a little short video, but I guess not. Let's get these pigs back where they are, and we'll get these steers into their next little pen, and see how it goes. This is the gate he's got to go back through, but as you can see, I got some old wire in front of it. Whenever the power company cut down this tree, they knocked down this fence. I just drug this wire out of the way. It's been here for a while. I don't know if we're gonna be able to push him through here or not. Let me see if I can clean this little path up. He should follow, once I get pushing him some, he should follow these other pigs and pretty much come on around, hopefully. But hopefully he doesn't go on that highway. He's working his way around now. I don't wanna go up there and push him into the highway itself. Kind of standing where he got out. Let me see if I can work him around here nice and slow. Like I said, I don't want him to get on that highway. I don't exactly have that gate the way I wanted, but before I got over here, he stepped in the highway, so we definitely don't want that. Hey, I don't hear no cars coming. Come on, fish. Let's go this way. Hey. Let's go this way. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, get around there. Hey, hey. There you go. Take a left. Take a left. Get back with your buddies. Hey. Not the easiest to find that hole. Like I said, it wasn't that big. I'm just gonna stand here and keep a little pressure on him, see if he can find it himself. Reinforcements here. Got off at work just in time for the excitement. You are one sorry pig farmer. But never fear, rescue is here. See if Matthew can walk him straight down the fence line. Nice and easy. And hopefully he'll find this gap on the other side of this wire I pulled out the way. Back in the solid fence. Now the goal is to get him through this gate without all these other boogers getting out. Get in there. So this afternoon just turned into a little bit longer than what I was hoping for this afternoon, but I've got to get that electric fencer back around that pig pen And I've got a lane right now for these steers behind me to go up to the barn where the water is, where that bale of hay is. But I'm gonna have to move their water and just lock them in the lane for the first time because I need to rob those posts. So hopefully that pig doesn't get back out until I can get all that done. I got some feed on the tractor. We'll get the feed trough for the cows and fill it up, get the cows where they need to be, and see if we can rob some posts. Wasn't expecting to do this. Got to take that fence, the second fence, I don't know if you can see in the camera. Got to take it down, move it to where I'm walking. This is going to be their next strip to graze. This is going to be the first time the cows have made a move like this as well, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to get that fence tore down. I need to work pretty quick before that pig tries to get out again, and I'll show you everything whenever I get it all set up, I guess. Hate to do that, but I need to work pretty quick right now. Phase one of securing the pig pen is done. The steers are moved. Got about, I don't know, 6 or 7 step in posts left over. Let's go see what we can do with that. This is what the steers are going into. I don't know if you can tell the difference, the height of that compared to this. This is where they came out of one day. We've been giving them, I don't know if you see how wide this is. It's about 200 foot long. I'd say maybe 15 yards wide. That's what they're getting right now. Seems to be working pretty well. But let me get this poly wire on this pig pen real quick and catch back up with you. All right, so fast forward to probably about 35-40 minutes. We are finally done securing the pig pen again. This is one of those afternoons where you go out, you think everything's gonna be just fine, nice pretty day. We're gonna move the steers, make a little video, check on all the animals. That didn't happen. Pigs will test your nerves. I'm about ready for these jokers to go. I want a little break from the pig action. I got our poly wire and our step-in post in the pig pen on that perimeter. The whole time I was trying to pull that poly wire, the pigs are chewing on it. At one point, they chewed through the wire, so while I was thinking I was pulling it tight, I ended up pulling, you know, probably a quarter of our wire through the fence, got it to where I was hooking it to the hot wire. Then I left this gate right here unhooked for just a second. I turned around and 2 more pigs were out running across the pasture, but somehow or another, luckily, thank the Lord, it was the 2 pigs that were gonna be breeding, our 2 little gilts. So they pretty much just separated themselves back out of the herd. I've got them locked up over in the barn over there. Gonna have to take care of them and get them some water here in a second. But man, pigs are just, there's something else. They will test your nerves, I'm telling you. And it's, you know, it's my fault. I should have better fence. I should have had hot wire on there. But luckily we got everybody back in. The fence is secure. Nobody got hit in the road or anything like that. It went pretty smoothly. Right when I was trying to get around there earlier, that pig was still out. It actually, by the time I got around there, was across the highway. Luckily no cars were coming. Got it back across the road, got it to where Matthew pulled up, kind of caught in that little corner, got it back in. Man. So, letting the water fill up for the pigs. I'm about to fill up their feed here in just a second. But since I was gonna try to talk about the steers a little bit, let's walk back over here and check them out. They've already ate all their grain. But I explained a minute ago, I think, that we are continuing to move them once a day. It's been working out really well. I'm giving them about 40 foot wide and about 200 foot long strip per day. I actually had it choked down a little bit more, and that was still plenty enough grass for them. But these goats over here are going through a ton of grass right now. With all our steer goats or withers. I got told the other day that a goat with no testicles is a wither. I knew that, but in our area, most people call them steers. So our steer goats and all our nannies and our doelings and everything, they're munching down on that grass pretty hard. So I'm trying to speed these steers up a little bit to get them through this pasture, because the goats are going to be coming in this pasture next. And actually tomorrow, I was actually thinking about trying to do it today in this video. Not happening now. But I'm going to catch all these goats up in our corral Hope maybe tomorrow afternoon, and we're gonna sort through them. I'm gonna sort off all the withers and the our doelings that we're gonna get rid of and our cold nannies. We're gonna go ahead and separate them. We're taking them to the sale in 6 days. So I wanna go ahead and pull them off, take a little more pressure off this grass. I'm gonna put all them behind the shed, and I'm gonna give them a little bit of grain for a week up into the sale barn. They're not gonna gain a whole lot of weight in that time period, but they will look filled out a little bit more. So yeah, that's the plan right now. Hopefully we can get that done tomorrow afternoon. I'll make another video of that. But now that we got the steers moved and they don't have their lane back up to the barn, I need to move their mineral feeder, get them some water, probably bring a pitchfork up here tomorrow afternoon and get some of that hay bale and take to their next pen that they're going to be going to tomorrow afternoon. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. I'll go show you these 2 gilts that escaped on us, decided to go ahead and separate themselves. So kind of glad they did, because I didn't want to have to go through all that mud to try to sort out 2 pigs. Maddie's not going to be happy with me when I get home. I got mud splashed all over me from walking in that pig pen. But these are the 2 girls that are going to be our breeders here in probably a couple weeks, actually. Let me turn the camera around. Well, I can flip around. But these 2 are our 2 breeders. They're about, I don't know, right at 200, maybe 225, somewhere around there. I don't think the camera does them quite justice. But they're definitely big enough to breed. I went and checked on our boar pig earlier today, and he's probably pushing 300. He's nice and long. He looks good. We been cutting him back on feed a little bit so he's not too big for these girls. But I was gonna try to wait till probably the 1st of May to breed. But now that they're separated, I'm probably gonna, in the next couple weeks, bring our boar home, breed these 2 girls, leave them in there for about 2 weeks or so. And then I think I'm gonna just sell that boar. I don't have enough pigs, and this is the first time that we're breeding, and I don't know how it's gonna go and all that. And I don't want to keep a boar all year long. I really don't want to keep pigs all year long, but I do want to start securing our own feeder pigs. Finding feeder pigs at a decent price in our area is just really, really tough. So we're gonna be breeding these 2 girls. We'll probably keep, I don't know, 10 piglets to raise out and then sell the rest. We'll just have to see how many we get. We might not even get 10 between the 2 of them. So it's a new ball game to me. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But I like these girls. They look pretty good. Honestly, these are only 2 girls in the whole group of pigs that I could have used. Our boar is related to a really, really good looking gilt over there. But I can't breed her to her. A couple of them I'm just not big fans of. They didn't really grow that well. These girls probably grew the best out of the ones that I could use. But they're gonna camp out in here tonight. Tomorrow when I get ready to come up and sort the goats, I will move them back in their pen. I'm gonna give them a little bit of water. I'm sure they're gonna turn it over, but I'm gonna stop by in the morning to check on the animals like I normally do, and I'll top their water off a little bit. We put this spigot in a bad spot in this corral for pigs. Let's see, get on top of this gate. But this spigot right here, every time these 2 girls have gotten out, I think it's been 2 or 3 times, they have turned that spigot with their mouth. Pigs are just so curious. And I don't know how long it's ran those couple times, so I might go ahead and try to move them. Why not? My afternoon's already not going like I planned, and this is where they really need to be anyway. So yeah, let me get the hot wire hooked back up on my pen over here, and let's see if we can get these girls moved real quick. All right, so the fence is hooked up. Raised the wire up a little bit. They were stepping over some of it. Gonna open this gate. Try not to get shot. time. Maybe they won't see this gap. Get on. Well, they're back where they're supposed to be. They got out of this pen a couple weeks ago. Whenever the other pigs got out, they pushed the gate open. We got that fixed, but I guess these just got so excited at the time. Jumped over the fence. I raised our wire up a little bit, probably about 4 or 5 inches behind me. They're gonna be in this little paddock for a little while. I might move them over here for too long. We'll have to wait and see. These girls, like I said, we're gonna be breeding them in a couple weeks. So yeah, they're gonna be mamas for us in about 4 months. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my chores up here. I've got these pigs over here watered already. Need to get those girls some water, fill up these guys' feeders and all that good stuff. I'm gonna do that off camera, and then we'll look at the goats and I'll show you how they're doing this afternoon. So while I'm waiting on some water to fill up, I figure we'll look at some goats. They still have their protein tub, mineral feeder, get whatever they need. But we're starting to get some pregnant bellies. She's not huge. There's a couple girls in here that look pretty big. What about you? Definitely got a belly on you. She's a cold goat. She's going to the sale. Pretty sure she's not bred. They definitely got this grazed down a whole lot more than I'd like to see. But it's still early spring. The grass is still not come alive all the way. I bet you got some twins, don't you? Kind of interested to see if these Savannah goats are bred. Not Savannah, sorry. Spanish. I don't think this one bred. But this girl right here, she's a little bit bigger frame doe. Her belly's a whole lot thicker. So I think she might be bred. This is a coal doe, doeling. But everybody's just munching away. I wish all my little steer goats turned out like him. He's nice. Well, while the water's all filling up, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. I know I didn't capture this afternoon quite like I should have, but being one person, a pig being that close to the road and actually on the road at one point, I had to make sure I had to get that pig off the road and back in the pen. Being by myself, I didn't have time to set up the camera and do all that stuff. I know Matthew showed up for just a second to help me get it back in the pasture. But after that, it was just me running this poly wire and trying to get these pigs settled back in. But we got the steers moved again this afternoon. It's something that's been pretty enjoyable, actually, moving these steers every afternoon. Hopefully we can continue to do it whenever we're moving these steers off. They're still leaving probably a good 4 or 5 inches of forage behind them. So we're not grazing it all the way down to the ground like the goats are, unfortunately, right now. but hopefully soon we're going to be doing some different things with the goats. We're not allowing that, but it, like I said, it has been kind of peaceful moving these cows or steers every afternoon. Actually, today was the first time we actually moved them fully. I had a lane set up back to this hay bale into the barn where I was watering them up there, watering them up at the barn, and I was feeding them, kind of shutting them in that corral while I was getting all the fence set up. So today was the first day I actually moved the steers and moved the fence all at one time. And I'm sorry I didn't get to capture that. Like I said, I was trying to work as fast as I can. Maybe tomorrow afternoon before we catch these goats up, we can do that. But like I said, the pigs are back in. Hopefully they're not going to get back out. I know that fence is hot. I've heard several of them get popped. Got our 2 gilts, luckily, that got out and back to where they need to be. So guess it wasn't all a bad afternoon. But I tell you what, some pigs can test my nerves for sure. So, oh well, it's part of it. Maybe we'll get rid of this batch before too long, take a little break before the next ones. But I really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, and we'll see y'all on the next one.